Okay, so I'd like to take you from the course homepage into the content module to make sure that you know what it is that you need to be doing in the first session. Now, if you'll remember, by first session I mean session 0. And session 0 starts on the first day of class, January 5th, and it runs through Sunday, January 11th. So it's a 1-week session. So in 1 week there's some things you're going to want to do. Where are these things located? Well, you go into content and you make sure you're in the right session. You're in session 0, and fortunately in the beginning where we're at, that's the only session you possibly could go to, so that's helpful. You don't have to even know what session you have to be in. It's the only one available, session 0, and you want to work through the items in these 4 pages, mainly these 3 pages, and this first one is just a checklist. So the checklist kind of tells you some things that you want to make sure you do, and those things are located in these pages. This welcome video, by the way, that I'm making right now will actually be on the welcome to the session 0 page once I've published the video. Okay, so let's go look at the checklist really quickly. Notice I've got some green check marks here because you can actually check these off, check items off as you do them, and CourseStim will save it and let you know where you're at and how you're doing. I'm going to go ahead and, oh, I didn't tell you what I was doing, but you can move left and right, okay, through the, remember how I told you there are basically 3 or 4 pages in this session? You can move left and right using these arrows. You can also see the breadcrumbs of where you're at. The table of contents is the top high level, but drilling down, we know we're in session 0 and that we're on a page called Checklist Session 0 Orientation. And if we head to the right, we're on the second page. Same place, but now we're at the Welcome to the Session 0 Orientation page. Move right again. Now we're on the Syllabus, Course Plan, and Communication page. And click right one last time, and it takes us to orientation activities. In the future, if you click right from this page, it'll take you into the next session. But right now the next session is not open yet. Another thing, just make sure you're aware, you can expand a side panel right here, and that will show you all the items that are in this module as well. So these are the 4 things that are in this module. You've got your checklist, you've got these 3 pages. Okay, so there's multiple ways to navigate through it. There's multiple ways to check off when you're done with those items. So you can check off items individually on the checklist, and you can check off pages individually here, and probably, I think it's the same tool when you go down to the bottom of a page. You can, I think you can click that, and that means that you viewed the topic, and maybe for you that means you're done. You're going to have to decide what it means. It doesn't matter to me if you use this checking system at all. It's really there for you, okay? And I think it's pretty useful. There's also some other tools that you might, think about using. For example, I don't know how the bookmarking works for students. I never used it, but you can always pop content out if you want, and that might make it more easy to read or more easy to capture, maybe. That might be useful to you. You can certainly download pages into Binder, which if you have like an iPad, you can actually read things through Binder. That might be useful if you've got an article or something, and you can open it here, and then you can, I think, save it to Binder that way. Not 100% sure. And if you have a question about that kind of stuff, you want to contact EDUC Online. They can help you actually use a lot of those tools. Their website may have more information about how all of that works. Okay, so let's talk more specifically then about what you want to do in this session. In every session and in this session, you want to watch this sort of anything that I've got. You really want to take a look at it. This is my welcome video that many of you probably already seen by this point, but in the beginning I have to kind of blast it at you. With this video I will place the one that I'm currently making right now as I speak. And then I give you the module objectives. So in this module, what are you going to be doing? What are your aims in this module? So you want to do all that stuff. Watch those videos, read those objectives. Then you want to carefully read the syllabus. You want to check out the course plan. I think that it'd be worth your time to check out this big picture, what's this course about video. I just made that today. I think that might give you a good idea of where we're headed this semester. And then be aware of the course questions and answers board and use it throughout the semester to ask and answer others' questions. All right, I'm going to go on. Please give me your information through Hewitt's student contact form, and I explain why here. You don't have to, but it comes in really handy for those of you that I need to contact in a quick sort of fashion, and it also keeps us in better touch so that when you cold call me, which you're welcome to do, I know it's you, and if you're not like a telemarketer. I get lots of crazy phone calls through my cell phone. I urge you to update your course name profile. You need to join our Google class Google community, and then at some point later in this week I'll let all of you in, and I'll go in every couple days and let a bunch of you in at once. You don't have to be in there. We don't have to do anything in it during the first week, so don't worry about me waiting 5 days to let you in. But you should be in by Monday of session 1 if you've requested this week. And it's really not a huge deal if you can't get in. Don't freak out. We'll get you in. Worst case, I'll invite you through your Google email if you can't figure out how to do it. But try these instructions first, and I think it should work. Introduce yourself to the class in the session 0 discussion. How do you do? And set up your blog for the course. So I've made a video, linked here. It shows you how to do all this stuff. I want you to submit your blog link to the survey form here. So once you've made your blog, I want you to give me your name and the link to it here. That gives me one big master list of everybody's blogs. And that's all you have to do in session 1. And right now it may seem like a lot. It certainly may seem like a lot. But you'll find it's terribly easy. And like maybe by the end of the class you'll look back fondly at how easy and I don't know, simple this session was. Actually, the future sessions are also pretty simple too. In fact, why don't I just give you a quick sneak peek. I'm going to stop viewing as a student. And I'm going to show you quickly just to give you a sneak peek. Let's just look at session 1. See how I only have 5 pages? And I always have an enrichment thing. So that 5th thing there is an enrichment page. I've got a checklist on the top. So technically you really only have 3 pages. You have your welcome page, you've got activities that you do, and then you've got the issue page. So basically we look at, this is our international level one, and so we look at this issue, you explore some materials, and then you use the blog prompt, and you answer the blog prompt on your blog, you give your opinion, and then you share that through the Google community. So that's where we're headed. That's sort of the pattern that we follow for 6 sessions starting in session 1. We also have other projects that we do, like I've said, in other places, but this is sort of the main rhythm of the class. So I will stop talking now and let you guys get started on session 0. Thanks.